On a foggy afternoon in the Sumy region, a high-precision aerial operation once again demonstrated the tactical superiority of the Ukrainian Marines. The Marines FPV drone unit detected a Russian speedboat traveling along the strategic river in the region, a desperate attempt by the enemy to cross and fortify their positions on the opposite bank. Above the seemingly calm waters, several Russian soldiers could be seen aboard, fully equipped with combat gear and weapons. But the calm was fleeting. From a low altitude, the Marines' FPV drone had already locked onto its target with precise coordinates. As the seconds ticked by, the experienced UAV operator calmly and without hesitation turned the drone toward its target. Within seconds, the small, high-powered machine dived sharply, gliding lightning fast over the rippling river current. The monitor displayed its increasing speed until finally a massive explosion rocked the water's surface. Metal and wood fragments flew, flames licked the waves, and bodies of the invaders were thrown in all directions. The Russian speedboat was completely destroyed, sinking in the Sumy River current, but the enemy's crossing attempt ended in tragedy, with none reaching the other bank. Afterward, the FPV drone operator immediately confirmed the results of the attack. Target destroyed, enemy crossing thwarted, and the mission ended successfully, with no Ukrainian casualties. The video of this attack is a clear testament to the precision, composure, and courage of the Ukrainian Marines, who left no room for invasion of their homeland. Every inch of water, every bridge, every riverbed now became a hunting ground for these guardians of Ukraine's blue skies and seas. The Ukrainian Marine Command asserted, "We will hit the enemy wherever they try to hide, on land, in the air, or on water." Sumy is just one of many proofs that Ukraine never lets down its guard. At the same time, Ukrainian counterattacks in the Dnipropetrovsk region have begun to blunt a slow Russian push eastward, forcing Moscow to reconsider its strategic approach, as two pivotal battles determine whether recent Russian gains can translate into an operational breakthrough, or Ukrainian forces can establish a defensive shield across the oblast. Here, Ukrainian counterattacks have begun to blunt a slow Russian push, and are now forcing a rethink of Moscow's east-to-west axis. The fighting is concentrated around two core battles that together will decide whether Russian gains translate into an operational breakthrough, or Ukrainians can form a shield defending the open fields of a new oblast. The main Russian goal in this sector is to secure ground inside the Dnipropetrovsk region that can be used as bargaining leverage in any future negotiations, and, if possible, to press westward toward Zaporizhzhia city from the east. Securing villages and staging areas across the administrative border would let Russian leadership claim forward momentum and create lines on the map that could be traded politically, while also opening avenues for follow-on mechanized advances if Ukrainian lines collapse. Notably, Ukrainian defense belts in the Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk regions are primarily oriented to resist assaults coming from the south and the southwest. However, pushing from the east allows Russian units to attempt to outflank prepared positions and exploit seams in local defenses. Therefore, it is important to note that at their fastest point, Russian forces only advanced roughly 6 kilometers locally in 1 month. While this is faster than in all other sectors, it is still far short of operational maneuver speed, as two battles now define the immediate fighting. In the north, Zelenyi High has been a grinding fight for months, as Russian forces repeatedly attack into the village to establish a foothold that would serve as a launch pad for further assaults. Primarily, Russian forces seek to use the settlement to move into the three larger settlements of Havrilivka, Ivanivka, and Novopavlivka, whose dispersed buildings are a prime target for Russian infiltrators to accumulate in. Still, Ukrainian defenders have turned every attempt into a costly affair. Geolocated footage shows Ukrainian assault and mechanized companies conducting repeated clearing operations through the surrounding woodlands and hedgerows, using short, violent counter-assault combined with persistent drone reconnaissance to detect enemy soldiers and small infiltration teams before they consolidate. Footage from Ukrainian assault units shows cleared enemy positions on the northern outskirts and localized follow-up strikes on withdrawing groups, as Ukrainians maintain a cycle in which Russian probes are exposed, engaged, and destroyed, preventing them from securing a foothold. As a result, any incremental territorial gains by Russian units that manage to evade Ukrainian drones are consistently reduced and contested, as Ukrainian defenders hold the most ideal defensive position in the current sector, unwilling to give it up. In the battle in the south, where Russian forces had started advancing rapidly through a series of tree lines, Ukrainian counterattacks have recaptured Sosnivka, Voron, and several nearby hamlets. These counterattacks were preceded by an intense, coordinated artillery barrage, suppressing and eliminating Russian infantry moving unprotected in the open. Then, mechanized thrusts led by the 23rd Mechanized Brigade, together with elements of several assault battalions, went on to isolate enemy vanguards and cleared the path for follow-up assaults. Lastly, Ukrainian infantry began a clearing operation to consolidate the newly gained terrain and prevent assaults from behind. Unit footage from the 23rd Mechanized Brigade shows several villages being cleared and Ukrainian flags raised as control is reasserted with minimal losses. As a result, Russian efforts in the sector have been blunted, and Russian forces have retreated from the surrounding areas to rethink their approach. However, Ukrainian counterattacks in the Velika-Novosilka axis have so far done what they were designed to do: blunt forward momentum, recapture key villages, and prevent Russian staging zones from becoming secure bases of operations. Overall, these operations go much further than tactical displays of an active defense, as it has bought Ukrainians, drone units in particular, the necessary time to set up and start conducting operations. With the mud season approaching, the low-lying river area will soon turn into deep mud, and the limited road networks into devastating kill zones for Ukrainian drones to reach.